allegations.
You represented that you were married to, and you used as your wedding date the day that his wife was buried.
Let me explain this.
A daytime exclusive.
Did he invite you to her funeral?
No, I wanted to get my respects.
You disrespected her in life, but you wanted to pay your respects to her in death.
When you're in love with someone, it's very easy to be very delusional. And you see what you want to see, and you trust what you want to trust.
Do you believe he is guilty, or do you believe he's innocent?
I believe.
The doctor, his wife, his mistress, the murder.
It is a story worthy of a soap opera. A rich, handsome, charismatic doctor, an adoring, attentive beauty queen wife, and a mysterious mistress in the middle. But when Gypsy Willis met Dr. Martin McNeil, she never dreamed their real-life affair would turn into a real-life nightmare filled with lies, deceit, and murder. Take a look.
A doctor accused of murdering his wife. A Pleasant Grove judge ordered Martin McNeil to stand trial for murder and obstruction of justice.
Prosecutors say he gave his wife a lethal combination of drugs. Michelle was found dead in her bathtub while in Martin's care.
It was horrifying. I mean, he killed my mother. He killed my mother.
One major factor for the prosecution on this case, they say that McNeil's long-term affair with Gypsy Willis was the former doctor's motive for allegedly killing his wife.
Willis testified she met Martin McNeil online in November 2005, and by January, the relationship had turned sexual. The affair continued until the day Michelle McNeil died.
Are you familiar with what happened on April 11th of 2007?
A little, yeah.
Okay, what happened on that day?
I understand that Martin's wife was found collapsed. He tried to resuscitate her. She was taken to the hospital, coded, and then passed away.
Willis testified she attended Michelle's funeral and spoke in person with Martin.
I spoke to him briefly after and just said, I hope you're all right, and if there's anything I can do, please let me know.
Her testimony helped seal his fate.
The jury deliberated for 11 hours before finding McNeil guilty for killing his wife, Michelle.
We're just so happy he can't hurt anyone else.
Okay, I'm glad you're here. Everyone knows this story, and everyone thinks that you were involved, which of course you were involved in some way, but you say you were not involved in any way with the death of this woman, right?
That's correct.
I mean, I want to give you a chance to say that right straight up front.
Absolutely.
All right, but you were involved because you were involved with her husband.
Yes.
And you had been for how long of a period of time?
It was a little over a year. It was about 15 months, I think.
Okay. And tell me, what is it you want people to know? Just right off the top, why you want to be here and what it is you want people to know about you.
The portrayal of the media has been very, very harsh. It has been very hard. I never signed up for this, and I am a real person, and, you know, I've made mistakes, and I'm sorry for them. I guess I would say, you know, try not to judge unless you have been in similar circumstances, and so you have some sort of personal insight into it. It's been a very, very hard time. Hard experience, hard lessons learned.
What is it that's been said about you that isn't true? You were his mistress.
I was.
And the truth is that even the most naive observer would have to consider that you were potentially an incentive for him to kill his wife, which a jury just found him guilty of.
Yeah.
The jury find the defendant as to count 1, murder, guilty.
The idea that I was incentive is appalling to me, and it's very hard to swallow.
But you have to understand,
yeah.
He meets you, takes up with you, is now convicted of killing her, and you move in how long after her death?
It was a couple of weeks.
And when you moved in, there was a deception to the family members, right? Because he said you were the nanny?
Yes.
But in fact, you were his lover?
I had been, yes.
Okay. So you understand.
I understand.
Those things those are just the facts. And one could then conclude that you were an incentive to this, and I think it is a huge leap to say, therefore, you were involved in her death and you helped plan it or you did anything. I don't mean to imply that at all. That would be a huge leap, but you do have to understand.
I understand.
If his mind was demented enough that he needed her out of the